So yeah, we have.
Hi, Varun. Good afternoon, Arun.
Hey, hi, good afternoon. Then I can take it from here. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, Arun, and all the best. Yeah, we can start. Yeah, we can start with a brief intro, okay, about you. Why don't you can just tell me about your roles and responsibility, and then we can start it from there.
Okay, thank you for having me. My name is like sales, insurance, banking, HR, and my last project was into medical domain. I'm highly skilled using Power BI for data visualization, analysis, and this include creating interactive report dashboard connecting to various data sources, including SQL database, and implementing complex data transformation and calculations by using text. And I have started my career into subject was into with a Netherlands based client called, so they were into manufacturing of medical equipment, specifically into neuro and sensory. So we're building an analytical solution that can give insight about the product performance, like licensing of software, risk analysis, security of application. For that, the mode I was using, that was import mode. Data source for SQL, Jira, and GitHub. And for the KPI, we were showing high, medium, low uh, performance for the KPI. So Black Duck and Covity are the two software with them. So whatever their product they make, all the product performance was coming into the Black Duck and Coverity. So Black Duck and Coverity performance, so that perform that software performance I had to show it into my dashboard through the streak bar chart, and into the different dashboard. And for the Jira, I was using the trend chart, and for the like tracking the performance like weekly wise or yearly wise, I was using the slicer.
That's great. So what are details have you worked with?
Arun, your voice is very low. I'm not able to hear you properly.
Okay, so what are databases have you worked with?
What?
What are databases?
Databases, SQL and Excel file I have worked on.
Okay, okay. That's great. Cool. Okay, so during this thing that during your total tenure, you have only worked with SQL and Excel, no other data source.
GitHub I have connected to the direct data source.
Okay, okay, okay. So can you define me what do you mean by
So where the you are connecting with the data source, like with the direct query or import mode both. There you use the composite data model.
is this the only definition for that?
Yeah, this is a you can we use it into a premium feature only. For that we need to require the premium subscription.
Okay, okay,
Like
okay.
uh,
Okay, can you?
hmm?
Yeah, yeah. Continue.
Like and for this is for that we were using it help you to optimize the performance on that way.
Can you tell me what do you mean by dual storage mode property for a table?
Dual storage mode in Power BI refers to a storage mode that allow a table to operate in both import and direct query modes simultaneously, depending on the query context. How it works: aggregation or pre-aggregation queries uses import mode for faster performance, and detail level query switches to direct query to fetch real-time data from sources. And why we use it? For the performance optimization, combining the performance of import with the real-time capabilities of direct queries. And it has a flexibility also, like balances between memory speed and up-to-date data retrieval. And where we use it when working with large data set, when summary queries are frequently but occasionally detailed queries are needed.
You're saying you said for the dual and for composite you said the same thing.
Yeah.
Then what's the difference, right?
Composite allows to combine multiple data storage model, import a direct query and live, so in the into the single Power BI model. And dual storage is specifically featured within the composite model, where the table can act as a both import and direct queries, switching based on the query context.
Okay. So I have a table with me, okay, and I'm trying to. Okay, so have you heard of circular dependency?
Circular dependency in Power BI occurs when there is a loop or cycle in relationship between tables, measures, or calculated column, causing Power BI to be unable to determine a clear calculation path. Uh, uh, for example, tables. If a table A depend on table B depend on table C, and table C depend on table A, this create a circular dependency. And for measures and columns, if a calculated column in a table A references a measure from table B, and a calculated column in table B references table A in form of a cycle. So why it happens, in bidirectional relationship, using cross filtering in both directions can be unintentionally create loops and into the calculated column and measures, when calculated column or measure reference each other indirectly. And into the next function, when we use lookup values related or calculated incorrectly can cause cycles. So what we can do it to fix it, we can remove bidirectional filters by using a single directional relationship where possible, and we can revoke the relationship. We can avoid linking tables in a way that forms loops, and we can break the cycle index. We can refactor calculated columns measure to eliminate the dependency, and we can create a bridge table, like we can use a bridge to lookup tables to simplify the relationship structure. So what best, we can design a data model with a clear star schema or snowflake structure to reduce the risk to circular dependency.
Okay. So let's suppose I have a page, okay, and in that page I have few units. Okay.
Hmm.
Let's suppose move to bar chart and a table. You got the question? So each visualization has an export to Excel picture, right?
Yes,
Okay. So now the thing is, uh, I have a page, right? And in that page already I have created three visualizations: two bar chart and a table.
we have the table chart, right? So we can hide export option for the table visualization there.
So how to do it?
We can go to the format pane, visual header, and turn off the export data into the toggle.
Okay. So this will solve to have functionality, right? What the question is asked for?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, okay. Let me move into tax. Okay. So let's suppose. Uh, yeah, what I asked you is that I just need average of last 3 months. Okay. Based on what value I select from the slicer. Okay. Or what year month I select from the slicer. Based on that, I just need average of last 3 months. Okay. For a sales table. Let's suppose there is only a single table for sales, and the dates and everything is coming from that particular thing. But what I need is that based on whatever I select on the slicer, I should get, based on that, I should get last 3 months. Like for example, like that, right? If we select December 2024, then I should get average for October, November, December. If I select March 2024, then I should get an average of sales for Jan, Feb, March. Right? You got the question?
Yes, yes, I understand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this will help, like it will like we can anchor the calculation of the select month, like slicer since March 2024. Then we can use a date and period, so it include the current month and the last 2 months, like Jan, Feb, March, or average like it will compute the average of the sales within the range.
Okay. So this will work as far as select from the slicer. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So let's suppose I have a table visualization. Sorry, I have created a report, okay, and I have published that report to the services, right? Now what I need, basically, I want that report to automatically refresh on start of every month, right? So how can I do it?
So for that, you have published that report, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we can put the schedule refresh there into the Power BI services. We can you can select the every first of month example. You have to select the date, schedule the first every month. An example you have to give the time 12 a.m. or whatever the time you have to provide. So that's how it will get refreshed.
Do we have a monthly refresh plan in the schedule refresh part? As I know, we have only daily and monthly. Sorry, daily and weekly. My bad.
No, we can schedule we can set up the monthly report in the Power BI. Yes, Power BI support monthly schedule refresh through the Power BI service. You can configure data refresh to run on a monthly basis using the schedule refresh setting. So what we can do, we can publish the report into the Power BI services, and we can go to the data set setting like into the Power BI service, workspace data set and more options settings, and we can configure there schedule refresh. Under the schedule refresh, we can do the monthly refresh. We can choose the refresh frequency as monthly. We select the time zone, start date and time for the refresh. Choose a specific day of the month, for example 1st or 15th. Apply setting, click apply to the save and schedule. So this way we can schedule the monthly refresh there.
Okay, you can just give it a try like after this interview. Okay. So this part. Okay. Uh-huh. And what about RLS? Like, which kind of RLS have you worked with?
Row level security in Power BI is a feature that restricts the data access for specific users based on defined rules. It allows you to control what data user can see when they access report or dashboard. And like how it works, static level and dynamic level. Like a static level is static level RS predefined rules and rules filter data based on fixed condition, and dynamic RLS user specific filter are applied based on the logged in user identification. And for the implementation of this, we can define the role in Power BI desktop. We can go to the modeling, manage role and create a defined role. For example, sales manager, we can apply a filter using dex expression. For example, a region is equal to west. And then we can test the rule. We can use a view as role in Power BI desktop to test how the report looks for different role, and we can publish to Power BI service.
Okay. What I was asking is how to activate an inactive relationship. Which tax function is used for it?
We can do that onto the data modeling as well. Like when we create a relationship, if they have multiple active relationship, then we can activate we can do into the we can do into the data modeling also.
Okay, but yeah, we can do inactive relationship in data modeling. But my question is how to activate an inactive relationship because
To activate and inactivate relationship in Power BI, you can use DEX function like user relationship, because Power BI only allow one active relationship between two table at a time. So what we can do is we can check relationship, go to model view in Power BI desktop, look for relationship between tables. An active relationship is shown as a solid line, while an inactive relationship appears as a dashes line. So we can create a measure using user relationship. Use the user relationship dex function in a measure to activate the inactive relationship temporarily. So why we use a user relationship for multiple relationship? When there are multiple relationship between two table, example order date and ship date, so only one can be active by default, and it avoid changing model structure. You can switch relationship dynamically without modifying the data model. And this is a best practice also. We can use a user relationship only when necessary to avoid complexity. Keep your model clear with a well defined star schema for better performance and easier maintenance. A field parameter in Power BI is a dynamic feature that allow user to switch between different fields or measures in a report without the need for complex text calculations or multiple visual. It enhances report interactive by enabling field selection through slicer. So, how it works, you can create a field parameter containing a list of measures or column. When users select a value from the slicer tied to the field parameter, the corresponding field of measure is displaying in the visuals.
Okay.
The key difference between calculated column and measure in Power BI lies in how and when they are calculated, as well as how they are used in the data model. Calculated column creates a new column in a table using DEX expression, like row by row calculation evaluate at the row level during data refresh or model processing. It is stored in a dataset, increasing model size when you need a new data field based on existing column. uh, Adding an when we use it, adding a new field for reporting and creating column used in filter or relationship. Measure calculates a value dynamically based on the user's interaction with the report. A calculation context will be aggregate at query time when used in visual. It does not store any space into the calculated on the fly, keeping the model size smaller. um, and it like we use it like sum, average, or custom calculation.
Okay.
Performance optimization in Power BI, it involved techniques that improve data refresh speed, report load time, and overall report responsiveness. Here are the we have practiced some optimization technique in Power BI. For the data model, we'll use the star schema instead of a snowflake schema to simplify relationship and improve performance. And we'll remove the unnecessary column and table and load only the required column and table for the data source. And minimize the unique value in column used for a relationship filter and the slicer. And for the data type, we use appropriate data type like whole number, decimal, or text to reduce memory usage. And for the aggregation, we use aggregation for large data set to pre-calculated summarize. And for the dex expression side, we avoid calculated column optimize. We'll use a measure only. We'll use power query to transformation instead of dex calculated column. And for the measure, we'll use efficient dex function like such as sum x calculated filter to avoid complex calculation values. We will remove filter context, like we'll simplify dex formula by reducing nested calculated and filter expression. We'll use a variable only. We'll use intermediate result using where in a dex to improve reliability and performances. And for the query optimization, we'll use a query folding. Will ensure that the transformation happen at the source level whenever the possible. And will disable the auto detect relationship, like manually will create the manually relationship for avoid unwanted join. And combine data load, like we'll use merge queries to append queries in power query efficient. And we'll remove duplicate to error, like we'll clean the data at the source or in the power query to avoid extra processing. And for the visual part, will limit the number of visual on a report page or faster rendering. We'll use aggregation and summary table to avoid high granularity visuals like tables with detailed record. And we'll limit slicer and filters. We'll use pure slicer filter and the visual level filter only. And we'll avoid using custom visual. We'll use custom visual springy as they can slow down the report. And for the data refresh side, we use incremental refresh for large data set to refresh only the latest data. And for a data reduction technique, we'll filter the unnecessary historical data and reduce data size. For data gateway optimization, we use the latest on-premises data gateway to and ensure the gateway server has sufficient resources. And we'll do the parallel loading, like we'll enable parallel data loading in Power BI desktop. So for set
Okay.
You have multiple cities, and you need to fetch out like which value has been you like which the value should come into the measure
In a card visual, yes.
in a card visual. So we can use concatenate x. There we can use like that text function will help us like, so it will gather all the selected cities in the slider and concatenates them into a single strings. So that will help like
Okay.
we can select the cities is equal to concatenate x values, and then location city, and that way we can do like if we can use this dex function.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So which we are looking for is for a US-based pharmaceutical company where we are expecting you to work independently or with a team. So the basic thing will be you'll have a relational database as the source, and you are expected to make reports out of it. So the team will be there to assist you, and in some of the situations you may have to work alone as an independent developer. So that's the expectation.
Okay, I understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay. Nice talking to you. Thanks for your time.
Same.
I'll share the feedback. The team may get back to you.
Sure. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. All the best. Bye.
Yeah.